Shall we? Hello? How are you lot? Thursday, 7:30, in the studio. It's actually warm. Mel's a happy chappy. Playing with my trenches. Good evening. Watching from my hair. Diggy, you mean your chair? Hey, Miko. Mean painting. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Doc. James. Hello, mate. How many we got watching? 50 something. It's a bit quiet today. Is something going on? Is there a big football match on or something? Right. I am painting. Well, at the minute, I'm just checking out how... Oh, they're beautiful. Very nice indeed, Bosicle. Yeah. I've just been cleaning up the edges on my trenches. You know, just sanding down a little bit of filler on the edges and just... So I can... Getting ready for the painting stage and basically pulling them together. And I've just pulled them together for the first time since sanding them and de-warping them. And they fit beautifully. I mean, there's... Worst case scenario, 2mm gap at the top of places, and that'll disappear under bushes. Wait yet, the trenches aren't finished yet, slacker. Hides the project that's taken him 2 years from you. And to be truthful, it's been a matter of, there's been a little bit of warping that has added a couple of days onto it, because when you get warping, you've got to sort of like, there's techniques you can do to fix it, but they take drying time. Yeah, but the biggest problem with this project is you lot keep going on about, oh, can we have this? How about this? Can you do this, Mel? I've had to go back, cut bits out, and restart bits. Wasn't Jace supposed to show up, and possibly Kez? Kez is feeling a little bit unwell, so I'm going to be going home to her about 9:30. Jace is due to turn up. He should have been here by now, but he's not. So I'm not sure what's going on. He said he'd be nipping in. Yeah, but I don't know. YouTube says I chat too much and I have to go stand in the corner for some time. What? Have you been spamming chats? If modern sand and grit with sexy, that's a sexy trench. Yep. It's a sexy trench. Hey, a cat. No, cat. I am sticking at 4 vids. This is not going to be a 5 vid project. No, 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 no. Oh, shut up. No, not doing that. Been there, done that. And we're not doing it again. Da 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 da. Sticks. More sticks. Some more sticks. How many we got there? 2, 4, 6, 7. I need one more. Have I got one more there? No, of course I haven't got one more there. Why would I have one more there? I'll have to use those. Wow. They'll have to do. Have I got one more over there, perhaps? I don't think I have, but let's have a quick nose for... I do have one more over there. Perfect. Sticks. I see. I still see snow on the trench. Calm down. On a scale of 1 to 10, how far in the bragging rights scale will this project be when it's complete? Also, can a brother have an elf tree house terrain? I've never done elf tree houses. On a scale of bragging rights, I don't know. It'll be nice. It'd be nicer than my Let's Makes, because that's sort of the point. Oh, that would be getting into chief assistant to the assistant chief territory. We don't need any more videos. It would be overkill for you. You cheeky chappy, you lot. Everybody from Stoke is a brag. Really? Really, Dickie? You're starting with that? Right, let's get some paint on this. Have we got another angle? Because I'm rather short here. Are you going to do a video on Lego magnet clamps? I've already done one, haven't I? I did that in the MDF one. There we go. Gotta say, it's looking amazing so far. Thank you, Lee Mean. Right, all I'm doing now is just getting a base coat of black on the edges. Yeah, I always do the edges first for some reason. I think the reason being is when I've coated the top area, what I don't want to do is come in with my black and sort of go over it onto the edge. And so, by doing it first, I don't risk that. And the camera is why you're so short. Probably is, yeah, that's why I've gone for a different camera angle. So we'll get some paint on these and then we'll get, I'm here till 9:30, so 2-hour show. So I'll get more than just paint on these for what you call it. We'll have a look at doing the actual major paint colour. But I've got to mix that first. Now I've got a bit of a conversation to have with you guys. I've got a bit of a financial decision I need to make. Yeah, and it's sort of related to you guys. Now, before I do that, Jace isn't here, so I better do my own sort of shout-outs. Remember, we do have Stream Heroes on the screen, guys. Yeah, just down below there. Remember, if you donate during a live show, it goes towards all the kit and that sort of stuff. And if you do it during a live show, yeah, you get your name on the screen. You get a bit of an applause. And if it's a reasonable amount, or a decent amount, I do a little dance. We all like, you know, all laugh at me. I'm rubbish at this fundraising malarkey. Absolutely rubbish. Kez is ill and Jez is late. What type of terrain do you prefer doing? I don't really mind. I like Greenfield, but I'm comfortable with Greenfield. You know what I mean? But I don't have any major preferences to terrain. I just like making. How much does it take to dance? Normally we have to get to 3 figures. £1.50, James, you get 50 nuggets. Right, I need to have a chat with you guys because I need to pick your brains. Okay, something's come up and it's an opportunity, but I'm not sure. And it technically relates to you live streamers. Yeah? So let me explain. Okay? Obviously we've been raising funds for the live system in the studio. Now, earlier in the week, I dipped into that and I spent some nuggets, yeah, on some kit. And what I did is I dipped in, yeah. What's the super chat, Mel? No idea. We don't mess with super chat. We prefer PayPal. But I bought myself. Let me swap cameras here very quickly. Where are you? There you are. I bought myself some lights. Okay. Now we're talking the full Monty here. That's the diffuser for the front. But I got myself some lights, and I got myself some proper studio lights. Now the reason I got these is because I mainly film off these fluorescents, which can leave quite hard shadows and also give me a very glary head. So I picked myself up my first proper set of studio lights. Now there's a deflector to go on there. Yeah, there's tripods for them in here. There's 2 sets of lights. Where's my light bulbs? Let me show you the light bulbs. Oh, careful. Check these out for light bulbs. Yeah. Look at the size of that light bulb. And like I say, I've got 2 of them. So I dipped into I dipped into the live stream tech fund to get the studio lights, because I thought my justification was that money was for kit. You know, we were aiming for the live stream setup, but you know, if I took 70 out and I spent it on the lights, then you know, 1 step towards it. Okay. And an opportunity. So I've done that and I've dipped into it, and you know, the bulk of the money is still there. But one of my mates is selling a camera. Yeah, and it's like the high-spec camera of the ones I use, and it's got an external mic jack, which means I could do audio and that sort of stuff. But the problem is, yeah, because I bought the lights, the budget is about 90 quid short. Yeah, and it would mean spending the money that we've sort of collected for the live stream setup, yeah, on a better camera, which has an external mic jack, which means I'll be able to get better. I'll be able to get a microphone. I've still got to pick one up, but I'll be able to get a microphone, get better audio. I'll get better pictures, and I'll essentially take my vision and my production level qualities to as high as I want to take them. So you know, we've reached that level, yeah. But I don't know whether to do it. Yeah. So money for the studio setup doesn't matter what it's for, as I see. That light bulb is wild. Dude, you wouldn't believe it. I'll tell you what, it blinds you. They are seriously bright. I mean, behind the diffusers, they're fine. And I'm thinking of having one set up there and then one mounted off there. Yeah, so we can, you know, when I'm at the desk, I've got really good light on it. Yeah, because the light's important, because the more light you have, the sharper and more clearer the image is. And so that's why I went for the lights. It was just, I saw a good deal and I went for it. But as always, you know, when you do these things, something else comes along and it's like, 90 quid short on that. Do I blow the budget and then dip into my, essentially, the housekeeping? And then hope I can find the other sort of 90 quid, yeah, before I need the housekeeping. I mean, start of the month, so we're okay, but I took a hit on Patreon. Yeah, I lost a couple of big patrons, which happens, you know, it does happen. But when you lose a couple in one hit, I think I'm down about $100 this month on that as well. So, don't know. Mel, we use those bulbs in massive signs, do you? Oh yeah, I saw the squat model announcement with the falling clock. That was brilliant. So what do you think, guys? Do I dip into the housekeeping, try find the extra 90 and what you call it, and go for the camera, or do I give it a miss, stick with the original plan of the live stream setup? I mean, it'll be a while before we've collected enough for the live stream anyway. But yeah, this camera's going on eBay tomorrow, so there's a good chance that if I don't commit in the next 24 hours, you know, I've missed out on it. He still needs a bit of work on autofocus. Yeah, I do. I do need to start manually setting my focus and that sort of stuff. It's one of those little jobs with the video editing that I need to slowly step up. I mean, I'm getting better. Things are definitely getting better. Go back a year and have a look at my videos then. And damn, that's a whole different story. Vanda. Live stream setup, I still think is a better idea. I wouldn't dip into the housekeeping, mate. Enough of a course. Send some money to PayPal. Well, thank you, Timo. Let me just quickly check if PayPals have dropped. Oh, we've got a couple. Can I paint one more thing and then we'll do the PayPals? Yeah, then we'll do the shout-outs. But like I say, no, Mel, we're talking about Westy. What do you mean, will he hold the camera for you? Oh, Westy. Yeah, I've noticed Westy's doing live streams and stuff like that. He was doing a live stream while I was at home and I was doing a little bit of admin, you know, my comments and that sort of stuff. And I saw that he was live streaming, so I thought, perfect opportunity. So I jumped in the comments and started trolling him like you wouldn't believe. I was asking him about his automated paint shakers and all sorts. He was doing some models and it's like, it really needs a palm tree. Come in! Hello!
Good evening.
Right, we have our Jason, this is Beth, and guess what, Beth? You suddenly walked in as I'm live streaming. So, Beth, say hello to YouTube.
Hello.
Right.
Oh,
How are you?
very well, mate. Yourself?
Very well. Watch out because of paint.
I'll be alright.
Yeah, still working on the trenches. I have something for you from Willow. Yeah, this is a little Christmas
Evening,
gift.
everyone.
A little Christmas gift. Yeah? Now, you will have to FaceTime or something with Willow so she can take you through how to do it. Okay? With all the instructions. You can have a look at it. It's okay.
Come down, have a look.
We'll get back to the stream in a minute, guys. Just give us 5, yeah? Oh, she's put instructions in.
Oh, slime.
Yeah, slime kit. Willow's special slime kit of her recipe. So you'll have all sorts of things like glitter in there, no doubt.
Yeah.
You've got glitter for glittery slime.
Cool.
Yeah, shaving foam, which is something I don't have at home at the minute.
No, I don't
I had to use soap today because I couldn't find my shaving foam.
No, I don't use
And it's all been used. Right. That is PVA. That's your shaving foam. And that's your borax. Okay? Now that's a special ingredient that makes it go all slimy.
Like I can't remember what it's called.
Like corn flour? Oh.
Yeah, like the corn flour we used the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't know whether it's right.
Now, here's a little tip and a little tip for Dad. First time, make a very small amount with gloves. Yeah, so she can play with it on her hands and make sure she's not sensitive to borax.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. If you aren't sensitive to the borax, go wild. Okay. Right. Quick tip. If it gets on clothes, don't wash them in warm water. Warm water causes the PVA to cure. To break it down, you wash it in cold water.
Okay.
If you can't get it off, you freeze it because that breaks PVA down and gets out of clothes. Okay? Same with acrylic paint, but there's no acrylic paint.
We've got messy clothes at home, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, it's Willow, darling. Of course you've got lots of glitter. On top of that, yeah, you've got, what do you call it, food colouring. Now this is industrial food colouring, yeah? Don't get it on your hands.
Beth has some really strong food colouring gel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
oh
she
yeah,
makes
yeah.
Stuff that you just need like the tip of the back end of a teaspoon and put that in your cakes and the colours it makes.
Oh yes, it is.
And it gets
is.
all on your fingers, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're using that stuff, people.
Did you know that Willow once made some cakes using Kerry's proper cake making stuff, and she put a bit too much food colouring in, and she took them to school. Yeah, and the next day there was a bit of an uproar because everyone's poos went green.
Yeah, yours did, didn't it?
Did yours as well? I've been to work with one of Willow's cakes.
Beth's favourite colour is blue.
Yeah,
And
it is the blue.
And she made the blue cakes, didn't you, with blue frosting.
I made it at my party.
And
But you have to have that.
Two things change colour. The poo, which we mentioned, and what else?
Your tongue.
Yeah, proper blue tongues.
Oh, you have to have a conversation with people, don't you, to explain that it's okay, you're fine. No one's ill.
You've not caught blueberry fever.
I had a slush
You're not
last night and it went my tongue really.
But did you know what you call it? When Willow had meningitis, they put us on these tablets. Okay, all the family had to go on the tablets. But the one thing that the tablets did, yeah, was they turned all the liquids that came out your body, bright orange. And when I
Oh,
say
lovely.
bright orange, I
That'd be
mean,
scary, wouldn't it?
yeah, like that. Really vivid. Your spit, your tears,
Are you joking?
yeah,
Oh,
and
that'd be
your
creepy,
wee.
wouldn't it?
Okay. Now, Corbin had gone to school and we hadn't told the school about his medication, and we got a phone call because he'd gone to the toilet, gone for a wee, and it was bright orange. Okay. And obviously we had this phone call and we had to go round and explain how it was the medication, and no, he's not got some strange illnesses, because he got quite upset about it, started crying, and he started
He's
crying
crying
orange.
Tangerine boy. Like, what was it
Let me
called?
switch that off.
Tango. You've been tango.
Yeah, like literally just like you've been tangoed. So go easy on the food colourings and be careful when you mix them in your cakes.
What colour food colourings are there?
What have we got?
Orange and blue.
I think we've got orange and blue. Let's have a look. Thing is, if you've got food colouring, you can mix food colourings in if you've got them at home.
You've got lots of different ones, haven't you?
So is that a blue or yeah? That's a blue and orange.
Yes, blue's my favourite colour.
Is it?
Yeah.
Blue's a good colour.
Well,
Not as good as green. Bunking off school. No, what you call it? No bunking off school. It's the evening here.
Oh yeah, no, it's we're nearly 8 p.m.
Yeah, so she's not bunking off school, unless you're talking someone in the comments is bunking off school. Yeah. So, yeah, just go careful with it. Do a little patch first to make sure it's okay with the borax on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never been on YouTube before, have you?
No.
No, it's quite fascinating. Everyone say hello to Beth in the comments. Yeah, you've got to wait about 30 seconds because there's a lag between when I speak, when they get it, and when they type back. Okay? But in about 30 seconds, you'll see a load of people on that screen at the right, and they'll all say hi to Beth. And now we've got this where we all stand quietly waiting. How many we got in? We've got 80 in.
Yeah, there's 80 people watching.
I think they're ignoring us.
They're not.
They are. Hello, Beth and Jace.
Satame up, mate.
Hello, Beth.
Hi, Diggy.
Hello.
Hello, Miko.
You started something now.
Hi there.
Larissa. Domo Bomb. Hello, everyone on screen.
Hello.
Dave.
What's she making with the borax stuff? She's making
Slime.
slime.
CJ.
Look,
Hey, mate.
people saying hello to me. Hello.
Suburban scumbag.
Hi,
Yes, I have got a. Well, Kerry's.
How's the black market business in doing slime?
Do you know what? Everyone's had them for Christmas.
Yeah, I know what you were saying.
With Christmas boxes, everyone's loved them.
We like slime.
Yeah.
I got you.
You got a yo.
Yo.
The thing is, what you've got to remember is people are from all around the world. They're not
Yeah,
just
look.
British.
Space Bear. Lol. Hello from Florida.
Yeah, we've got someone saying hello from France.
Yeah.
JP saying have fun with the slime, Beth.
Oh, we will.
Oh, she will. She will.
You had some slime. You had some slime at a party.
Daddy,
Just a
look.
little tiny tub.
Your beard's coming on.
Yeah, yeah. It is a little bit.
Oh, look, I'm Macbeth.
Macbeth.
He's actually
Macbeth.
named after Macbeth.
Oh yeah, Macbeth. No, not quite. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So after Queen Beth.
They wanted to name me Beth, but my middle name's Alice and my last name's Green, so I'd be back.
Yeah. So Beth Alice Green.
Do you know what? Willow was so close to being called Lulu. I bottled it at the last minute. Oh, Corbin's Corbin.
Multipass.
Corbin's Corbin out the film, but we didn't have the.
Yeah.
You know, we
Corbin
did.
Dallas.
Yeah, we didn't have the guts to watch it to go
Multipass.
with Lulu, and I really wish she had because it's so suitor.
I love that film.
Yeah.
It's such a wonderful film.
Have you seen my new light?
Oh. New light is.
Look at these.
See, folks.
Wow.
Sending Mel some money. Oh, that is a big bulb. Let's go for like. Wow.
Slime you.
Oh no, not like Slimer.
Slime your dad, Beth.
That's a fair sized bulb. We saw that. We saw that on. Was it Facebook? You put a little picture.
Yeah. So I've got two of those. We're having a bit of a debate.
You'll have to start wearing shades and a hat.
Well, the thing is, the benefit is they come with diffusers, so I won't have the glare anymore. Which is because not just that, I'm noticing I'm getting with this terrain tutor malarkey is a little bit more stressful than I was expecting, and I'm going a bit greyer and greyer. You know what I mean? I know, kids and stuff like that. But I've noticed the greyer I go, the shorter I'm cutting my hair. And I was debating with Kez whether we should go for like, should we take the guard off the clippers for the next one and go straight down? And it's like, well, if I do that, I need to deal with the glare issues.
To nothing.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, I've got problems.
Yes.
But I've got a bit of a dilemma.
All right.
Yeah, I spent about 70 quid on those out of the, what you call it?
Out of the money that people should be sending you for Mel's target, which is currently to upgrade the studio with,
You see,
as we've seen, lights, a laptop, speakers, cameras.
yeah.
The what?
You see, yeah, he's good at this sort of stuff. But took a hit out of that. Okay. Now, do you know Pete Harrison from the Wargamer?
Yes, I think so. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's a local lad. All right.
Sounds familiar.
His missus does wedding photography and stuff like that.
Good.
She's upgraded her camera gear, and she basically has the top end version of my cameras with an external mic jack.
Oh, cool.
And it's going second hand.
Second hand cinema.
Yeah. Now I'm about 90 quid short out of the budget. Yeah, but I can take a hit from housekeeping, you know, and we can make that.
Well, I'm sure that people can donate basically £90.
Calm down. But
Can't be that hard, can it, people?
we've got a bit of a debate because the money was allocated towards the live stream system. So, do I take the hit on the housekeeping? I know we'll fill the gap.
Add it on top of the current target because it's part. You're upgrading the studio, not just the live stream. You're upgrading the studio as part of that target. So if that includes that, it's only going to benefit us at the end.
All right.
Because the videos that come. So £90, there's your target for tonight, people. You've got
right. Very
2
quickly.
hours, an hour and a half at least.
I'm a bit worried I'm going to lose this camera. So should we do it? Yes or no's? Should I get this camera and then we'll roll the live stream thing? Just give me a quick blast, and if it's a yes, I'll jump on Messenger now just before I do the PayPals, and I'll I'll commit to buying it off Pete, and then that upgrades. Well, I've got to get a microphone for it, but that gives me the ability to record audio without having to use the laptop or an external recorder. It's got a hell of a lens on it, which means I can do all my...
Yeah, nice zooming and stuff.
It's also remote control.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
someone said yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You lot better have my back with the housekeeping.
Right, PayPal then, folks. The terraintutor@gmail.com on PayPal.
Links in the description.
Stick it
The hive-
£50.
Okay.
If you're saying yes, back it up with a couple of quid.
All right. Here we
Let's
go.
sort him out.
Yes, old bean. Someone said it.
Indeed, yes, old bean. I like that one.
I like it too.
The Morbius.
The Mobius. I was about to read that.
Oh, sorry.
Have we had a... Just to be contrary, I was about to say, have we had a no and then just someone...
Heard him. There's always one.
We got you. We got you.
Send me to the UK, put me in a box and I'll be your maid.
Calm down, Larissa.
Are you feeling better, by the way, Marissa?
Yeah.
You sounds like you are.
Right, here we go. I'll have it.
See you later, Atom.
Later, Atom. I always get nervous about big spends like this, you know.
Cat.
You know, this next to the editing system, this is probably other than paying the deposit for this place. This is probably one of the biggest spends I've had for a single item for the channel. You know what I mean?
Apart from the computer.
Yeah, apart from that was the big one, you know. But that was, we knew that was going to be a big purchase, and that's made a mass. Well, I mean, you've seen the improvement in the videos. You know, the 2-camera editing.
It's an improvement in your time.
Yeah. The editing.
Just you now no longer complain so much about admin to me.
No, I don't. It's
because
just
that used to take so long, and it take up the computer. So
I can't even edit
or on your phone.
Mate, I'm at the stage now where I'm actually queuing my encoding for background encoding, so I can carry on editing on something else while it's encoded. That. Trust me. Going back before we got that was just. I mean, to put it in context. I had to guess how good the shot was because my preview screen was pixelated. My computer wasn't powerful enough to actually edit and show me a decent shot of the screen. Yeah, right.
Fantastic.
I've messaged him. I'll have it. Assuming it hasn't gone, which he said there was someone else interested in it, but everyone says that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Everyone says
that. It's like selling stuff when somebody asks you questions on eBay or whatever.
Yeah, there's always at least one.
Well, yeah, there's some, or when you ring up about a car. Well, yeah, I've got 2 or 3 other people who are interested.
Yeah, we know how that rolls. Yeah, look at that. That's how they de-warped.
Oh yeah, we recoated them underneath.
Yeah, PVA underneath.
Lovely.
Yeah, and they have de-warped beautifully. Yeah, and I ripped that bit off the back as well.
Yeah, at first I thought, what has he done? Because I thought at first that you'd taken off one of these front sections.
No.
Why the hell's he done that? But then I realised it is that bad, and I was thinking to myself, it looks good, but
It doesn't look
doesn't
right.
look quite right.
Yeah, the problem was how steep the earth was
Yeah.
without the sandbags, and it was only something that occurred to me once I laid the sandbags down.
No, it's much better with just a small impression.
Yeah, just a small
somewhere where they're going to lean so they're not in the mud.
Exactly, just a fire shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, to use the proper terms.
Or a cushion.
Do you know what? Corbin was got to pick his GCSEs. Okay.
Oh,
yeah. He's one of his options. He's gone for. He says I had to choose between geography and history, so I went for history. I said, why did you go for history? He says, because there'll be someone on the live chat who can help me with my homework. And I'm like, that's genius. Yeah.
Tom picked history as well. He loves history.
I think history is a good one. Right.
It's an interesting one.
Let's do these PayPals, because I've got to do some PayPals while we're here. Are you dancing on the live stream? We haven't even announced the PayPals yet, young lady.
Dancing, aren't you? You like dancing.
You need to bring her up to my house at the
weekend.
weekend.
I know we keep saying we need to.
Yeah, you need to hang out with Willow. Do you play drums?
No. I play guitar.
Do you? Bring your guitar. Willow will cover drum.
I thought I had the pink one still.
Oh, you still got the pink one? Yes,
I also have a ukulele, but I can't really play it.
No, it keeps going out of tune all the time, doesn't it? Unfortunately. Yes, you still got your pink guitar. Yes, I forgot about that one.
Right, let's do some quick PayPalers and some shout outs. Right, 90 is how short we are.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So why you said that?
But history is cool.
New style go for dance. Oh yeah.
New style go on.
Funky go for dance rather than old man dance.
I've been dancing all the time.
It'll be
Can you imagine how
be cool girl dance?
Can you imagine once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we're going to have to do a proper coordinated go for dance,
yeah, we'll
like
have
a
to
music video.
Yeah, like everyone send the videos in, like for the.
Everyone go for dancing.
Everyone go for dance. Send the videos in, and you could just have a video saying the go for dance celebration. See how many people you could get to do a go for dance.
Oh.
World record time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I like that. I mean, at the end of the day, it'll be a long time before I hit 1 million and get another play button from YouTube. So, I don't know if I'll be alive long enough, to be perfectly honest, based on how long it's taken me to get to 100k.
So now it's going quickly. Do you think how much you've exponentially exploded over the last 12 months, 2 years? If you keep going at that rate, it might not be that long.
I don't know.
West Side's in the house. Hey, mate. It will go viral. It will, Diggy. It'll be like 20 million views. Plus.
Right, I've got it. Yeah, I'm just checking out he's got the power adapter. It's just one of those things. Because look, will you buy this camera? What comes with it?
Yeah, just the thing that makes it switch on.
Yeah, and that's brilliant.
That's quite important.
Brill. Live at the moment. The Mo. Can I grab you tomorrow? Tomorrow to sort logistics.
Spudman Chronic.
PayPal, okay.
Proper coordinated dance with Mal and Jace in drag again. Wait for the again.
Again?
Yeah.
Again?
That wasn't on camera the last time we did it.
No. We were dancers. Dancers for money. Private show. Patrons only. Oh, that's going to put the most of patrons in it. They'll be like, what? Is there a video on Patreon?
Yeah.
Mal and Jason drag.
But no, unless you join
Patreon. Oh, you ain't going to know unless you join Patreon. If you do, you'll be disappointed.
£25 a month subscriber fee, it might get you...
Well, can you imagine pledge level? Yeah. Would you really want to pay that much to see that?
Some might.
I would.
Oh, you like Willow.
Nice, that's why.
You are nice. Are you still collecting elves? Do you still game?
No, we haven't for a while, have you? For Warhammer.
Because you were,
Yeah,
when we first met and you came in, because I gave you a tree, didn't I?
Yeah, you like the tree and stuff. I've still got
them, but I don't really collect them.
Do you
not at the moment. You haven't got time, have you?
No.
You're too busy doing all your other things. Non-stop making. In fact, tonight, what have we made tonight? Two batches of
crispy cakes we made for my friends.
You see, that's a hobby Jace can easily support.
Oh, easily.
Cake baking and cookie baking.
And
Willow does tons of it, and Willow come up and she say, Dad, I'm bored. And I'll be like, do you want to do some baking? And she's like, yay. And I'm like, yes.
I do lots of baking.
Yeah, we like your crispy cake. It's delicious, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
crispy cakes. Right, I need to do some PayPals very quickly because people have sent in and supported. So, right off the top, yeah, I'll add the text in a second, but shout out. Yeah, from Timo L. Yeah, finally I remember sending you some support for your amazing work. Keep it coming, Timo. Thank you, buddy. You're going on the screen in a second. He sent 10 nuggets.
Nice one. Well done, mate.
Then we've got Tom G. Yeah, the patrons will come back, dude. They will. It happens, you know. You do get a hit occasion. The problem with having big patrons is I think 495 of my 505-ish patrons are $1 patrons. So when one of those leaves, you don't know it. But a few of them who aren't $1 patrons, I had one who was an $85 one. And so when he left, you see the dip, you know what I mean? So it happens, and I know it'll bounce back because I know you guys have got my back. Yeah. But Tom G, thank you, buddy. He sent in 5 nuggets, so we're on 15.
That's not my Thomas.
Yeah, it sounds like St. Thomas.
And then Rolf C. Rolf C has sent in, it's approximately 5 with a simple watch up message. Yes.
Nice one.
Yeah, so let's get those on the screen. Thank you guys, it is appreciated. And like I say, that means only a 70 quid hit to the housekeeping.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, I've got to go back and have the conversation with Kerry where I go.
Two nights of the way there.
Right, let's get some stream heroes on. Yeah, so we've got...
You have got money, Diggy. We all know you've got money.
Diggy's rich.
He hides it away, coffee cans, under the mattress.
Right, Tom G.
Cupboard.
If we hit the target tonight, I'll do a go for dance.
Oh, there you go. Right,
we've got
on,
70.
People. 70 quid. That's not much. Not much, come on. In fact, there's 70 people in the chat. £1 each. Done.
You're really bullying people on this, aren't you? You really go for it. Look at that smile.
He's the go for dancer. I'm the go for the throater. I go for wallet. He go for dances. I go for wallet. What do you go for? You go for your boyfriend, don't you?
No.
Shh, we won't say who he is or what. We'll keep it quiet. We're not going to embarrass you that much on the live. Are we?
No.
Right. So the camera's all mine. He's replied.
That's something like my phone, yeah. I'd like to get in the pocket.
Double laters. And you get dying rulers too. What's that for? People talking about Necromunda or something.
Hide all the bills. Do you mean you hide all the invoices and receipts for all the hobby stuff that you buy under the mattress?
There's some suppliers at shows who will write you a custom receipt for your purchase. Yeah. For whatever amount you wish it to be.
Flowers is always a good one. Providing that you bought flowers. Don't get receipts for flowers and chocolates.
and not turn up with the actual chocolate. Mel's the go for dancer. Jace is the... My plywood came today for a little train layout. Need to get a few more sections of track. Then it's seamless shop. Nice one, Max.
Ooh.
Go. Oh no! They found an emoticon for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we got over that with the palm trees.
The little gopher guy. He's cute, isn't he?
I like that.
It's even is a gopher.
You like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it.
What's that from?
Madagascar.
I am the best!
Everybody! King Julian!
King Julian!
We like that film.
I must admit, I like Madagascar. It's a smile and wave, boys.
It's one of those films that's made for kids, but it's not really made for kids.
Pixar are really good at that, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
I like Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek's just like that.
Yeah, Shrek.
Lots of them are.
What you call it?
Supposed to be for kids, and they're not.
I saw the new Star Wars film.
Oh yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Quite controversial, this one, I understand. Based
Yeah, lots
on
of people were hating on it.
yeah.
I thought it was really good.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
from,
it a lot.
but I'm not massively invested.
No, you're not
in
a Star Wars nerd.
Star Wars. But that being said, me and Corb, yeah, we started playing a lot more X-Wing again. Yeah. And I'm trying to get a contact at Fantasy Flight because I want to do.
Oh, I messaged them on YouTube.
I've tried messaging them all over the place.
Yeah, well, I messaged them before in different places, same as I did with Soul's Ents.
Palm trees.
Tolkien. I've messaged them on different places.
Yeah.
But not heard anything back from Tolkien. But I haven't checked if I've heard anything back from FFG yet.
But Dave Taylor's doing some work on it, and I'm a mate with Dave.
All right.
Yeah, because we go far back to our blogging days. Well, back before I did the channel, I used to write a blog called Corbania Prime.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it was an Imperial Guard blog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Dave was doing his Rebel Imperial Guard, so we were a bit buddy on the blog sphere because he was on Blogger as well.
Mm.
You know, we used to bounce things back to him. So I knew him before I got to the channel. Yeah, now I know Dave's doing some stuff with Fantasy Flight because he posted. He's doing something with Critical Role or Geek and Sundry, isn't he?
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's got a slot on them painting miniatures.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Has he YouTube video been doing the miniatures from the Star Wars game?
Yeah, he
done it. There's one of Luke Skywalker, which is a brilliant.
Yeah. So
it's quick and to the point, but
he's painting
really
those at the minute. Now they haven't been released yet.
No,
so
nice dancing, kiddo.
Nice one. Yeah. So obviously he's got some sort of
contact.
Yeah. So I've reached out to Dave to sort of say, hey Dave, have you got contact?
Can you just mention somebody?
Can you just? I mean, even if I can get a definitive answer.
You don't want anything off them, just a yes or a no.
Just a yes. We don't mind you doing tutorials for our products.
Yeah.
You know, as long as that's all I need from them, I don't want anything money.
You're not trying to jump in on them or take anything away from them.
No, I don't want money or product or anything. I just want permission. Because, I mean, the issue is the copyright strikes. You know, it's not my IP. If I do it without their permission and they take offence at it, then, you know, it can cost me copyright strikes, which can demonetize my channel. Yeah, so I can't take the risk.
No, you can't take the risk of doing it, even though you'd love to. It's, it ties your hands, doesn't it? Same with the Lord of the Rings stuff. And the
my favourite comment so far.
Is it?
What's your favourite comment so far?
Kiddo.
Nice dancing kiddo. We'll have to get you and Willow in as my dancers, my backing
in the background.
I've been dancing basically the whole time.
That's what you
I've
do.
been doing it.
You do drama, don't you, or dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do drama. We used to do it at school, but now the teachers, for some reason, not doing it.
Yeah, you're not doing it. But you do dancing at school.
I do a lot of dancing at school.
Yeah, you do dancing at school and drama at school, both on the same day, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not drama at school, drama at New Vic.
No, you're at the New Vic Theatre for your...
Willow's dropped her drama class. We've stopped it.
Yeah, she's doing the drumming, isn't she now?
Yeah, not just that. I wasn't that happy with it, to be truthful. The drama class was great, but they put on these plays, and at the end of the year, these big productions with all the other classes. And the year before, yeah, they dealt with, a story based around teenage suicide.
Nice.
Yeah, which for my little, you know, at the time she was just coming up to 9. I had to then have the conversations about all those sort of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her, which I wasn't quite happy about. It's like, all right, I appreciate it's edgy and that sort of stuff, but it's a kids' drama class. All the other productions were a bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit funny. Yeah, and then this one was quite dark. And then this year, for this one, they did the migrants across the Med and what was happening to them. Yeah, and so we had to, and obviously that's in the news, so she goes search it and the picture.
Yeah,
and so I have to deal with that. So at the end, it was like, nah.
Well, yours is a pretty tough subject, isn't it? Pretty harsh hitting, the one that you're doing.
Oh yeah, I was doing Alice in Wonderland, but my costume.
Alice in Wonderland.
My costume's absolutely stupid.
Why?
I'm on the cards, I'm on the flowers because I arrived there late, and my costume's this weird white thing that sticks out.
Can I get photos?
Yeah, you will. We will. We'll have photos.
Mate, look, it happens to us all. Believe it or not, when I was in primary school, I had to do in the Christmas play. And do you know what character I had to play? I was He-Man.
He-Man in the school play.
Me,
He-Man. In the Christmas play, I was the narrator.
Well, you see, that's a good position.
You did well, didn't you?
That's because I'm quite good at being a narrator, because I'm quite loud.
Yeah, you don't stop talking.
If I was head mater at school, I would do a school based on Rocky the movie. Mel, is that a class run for the teacher, not the students? Yeah, do you think a little bit like that?
Age group.
X-Wing terrain. Yes, if we can get permission, Corbin wants to build.
X-Wing terrain, there's the new Star Wars, is it Legions?
Well, I mean, I don't know about Legions because it depends if we get into that. But definitely having.
But it gives you a chance to do something for that, which is based on desert theme.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean,
it kills two birds with one stone with that, doesn't it?
Corbin wants to do an air battle around canyons.
Oh yeah. Oh right, yeah, it's like
yeah. So he wants to do a load of canyon terrain for X-Wing.
Cool.
So yeah, X-Wing terrain definitely asteroids and stuff like that. But also some more interesting stuff. But like I say, unless I can get a yes from Fancy Flight saying, yeah, we don't mind you doing these videos, I can't touch them.
There's another task for you, guys who are watching. Go on Facebook or wherever and plague FFG a little bit. When are you going to let the terrain tutor loose on doing some terrain tutorials for all your games? If you can't afford to give any money, just give a little bit of time and go and send a Facebook or an email.
I have a new camera. But yes, yeah. I mean, I've got 75,000 subscribers now. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not a known quantity.
In the big scheme of things, it's nothing. But in the scheme of the hobby that you're in and the field that you're in, it's massive.
Yeah.
How many subscribers has he got?
75,000.
That's quite a lot.
That's an awful lot.
Most of the people I watch have got more than that. Though.
Yeah, but they're gamers and
and comedians and prankers will always have.
They do stuff like they make slime on camera. That's what I usually watch.
Yeah, what you call it, Willow. The people Willow follows. I mean, if I wanted subscribers, I'd play computer games whilst making little craft stuff and pulling pranks on people.
Yeah.
Boom, millions, easy.
The person I watch most of, I forgot her name, but she just like plays on the computer.
She plays Sim 4, don't she?
Yeah, that's kind of
Sims 4.
See, Willow's heavily into her Roblox at the minute. Now, before you all jump on me, yes, I know what's been going round about Roblox for a long time. Yeah, I have always managed my kids' friends online.
The schools around here are spot on with that sort of thing. We knew all about that before it became
mainstream. We did. We heard about that about a year ago.
Oh yeah, probably a bit longer than that.
You know, but we've always been pretty good on that sort of stuff. They're only allowed to have online friends if they can definitively tell us who they are in the real world.
You only had your friends from school, don't you?
Yeah, but my mum said I couldn't have it anyway.
Yeah, we stopped using that because you didn't use it that much anyway.
I did.
But you use WhatsApp with your friends, didn't you?
Yeah, I use WhatsApp now.
But no.
In our school, it says you have to be 16 to have WhatsApp.
Well, no, that's if you're allowed to go on it unmonitored.
On the actual app, it says you have to be 3.
Yeah, that's what the school says as advisory, but that's for parents who can't be bothered to take an interest in their child's life.
Yeah, you know, as long as you take an interest and you keep an eye on what they're doing,
and you
trust them that they're using it properly, then you know what I mean.
There's basically only one person I really message. It's my best friend.
Yeah, Willow's like that. She's got WhatsApp. Yeah. And she's got 4 friends on it. Yeah. Plus me, your mum, and that sort of stuff.
You've got 3 school friends, is it?
No, I think I've got 4 school friends because I've got
4 school friends and then the family.
And I've also got another friend who's my school friend's friend.
Yeah, Willow's got a couple of people like that on Roblox where I know who this is, but I don't go to school with them. It's such and such, his cousin, you know what I mean? And it's like, alright, those sort of situations I don't mind. I know it's only black.
Yeah, it's table edging, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be.
That's nice. Well,
What, the design?
Yeah.
The actual trenches.
I don't mean
you were thinking about making a trench for school, weren't you?
Yeah, but we made a cake.
We made a tank cake. You've seen the tank
cake?
Oh
yeah, I saw the tank cake.
Which was not only...
It tasted really nice. I ate all 15 slices there.
Pranks, gaming and terrain all at one time. I've watched that. I have often thought about, I like playing World of Tanks. I've often thought about streaming that. Because I can be a bit of a giggle when I do a voiceover. You see me rolling. I won't use that language around this young lady. That's language for YouTube. Right.
I watched a movie recently. It's not my favourite movie.
What movie is that?
The Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games is quite good.
Well, they're starting to do, year 6, they're starting to do it.
No, Corbin, yeah, exactly the same.
It's my favourite movie.
You like it now, don't you?
Yeah.
Especially Catnip. You like Catnip, don't you?
Katniss.
Oh, right, sorry.
I also like Prim. I also like Prim.
I don't like the film, to be honest, personally.
I'm going to watch Hunger Games 3 tomorrow because I'm going to my friend's
Yeah,
house.
Kilbride, I know what you mean. I've seen some crazy stuff. Yeah, my dad plays World of Tanks too. I love my World of Tanks. There's a couple of other little programs that I've got into playing casually.
Kerbals, yeah.
Yeah, just because I can do it while I'm editing and doing my admin. Because
it's one of those games that you fire and forget almost.
Yeah, you can slow down.
Set something up.
Yeah, and it's like. So I can have fun with that. We're playing a bit of Dawn of War, the original with Corbin, the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Because that's just a little bit of a blast. But that's my computer gaming. Yeah. But, like I say, what you call it? It's Corbin. He's getting a real interest in X-Wing and stuff like that.
It's a good game.
I think, to be truthful, I think the reason being is also everything comes pre-painted.
Yeah, it's pre-done.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't have to commit to painting his Japs or his Testavon and stuff.
I know a good way to get subscribers. Have purple hair.
Purple hair. Is that it?
World of Tanks rules and my World of rating is higher than Mel's. Diggy, shut up. I am rated 3rd in the world for the Electo. Huh?
So we
3rd best player in the world for the Electo. I'm in the Hall of Fame, mate. Go look it up. Look at the British tank destroyer, the Electo. Look at the Hall of Fame. Look for the terrain tutor. You'll find him pretty much near the top of the first page, mate. His rating's higher than mine. There'll be loads of people laughing at it. I am actually. Last month I was rated 3rd in the world for the Electo.
Well, mine was one of the. Was it the Hellcat?
Oh, I hate the Hellcat.
I love the Hellcat. I was so good with that thing, it was scary.
Yeah, but the turning circle is so big.
So
you can't do a handbrake turn, can you? If you've got to turn out of the way quick, you've got no hope.
The damage it deals, and it's so fast. Fantastic. It's just a blast flying along the hills and things are trying to keep up with you.
There's only one tank I hate in World of Tanks, and that's those damn Lutches.
Yeah.
You look at it, with the auto loader.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
25%.
Melvin bragging rights. Melvin Bragg. If you didn't know, Melvin Bragg is an old talk show person back from when we were kids. Yeah. I used to watch Melvin Bragg.
Show.
Yeah, I used to watch the South Bank show when I was in primary
Sunday
school.
night. Well, it used to be on after Spitting Image, hadn't it?
Yeah, well, my mum used to work nights and leave me in the house alone, so I used to watch Spitting Image, sit through South Bank show, because V was on after that.
Yeah.
And I was the only kid in in primary school who watched V.
V was good.
Come on.
I like V.
I don't know what it is.
It was like a sci-fi, almost horror program.
It was a mix.
About aliens who were like lizards.
I always walk in and my dad and he's watching a horror film and he's like, you better hurry up.
Yeah, so I have to pause it, don't I?
Yeah, I get really scared.
Yes, I'm training a lunch tank, especially for Mel Hunt. Oh, shut up. World of Tanks is okay. I'm not a very good simulator and it's hard to get people to use real tactics. Yeah, it is. It's just a braggle rock. Ever played War Thunder? Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm watching this whilst playing Assassin's Creed Originals and I just got mauled to death by a lion. It happens.
Today we wrote poems in our class and...
Are you doing poetry, are you?
No, it's just that we're learning about rivers.
Oh, right. Tell me about rivers then.
What
do you know about rivers? Because I like rivers.
They're wet.
Okay.
That's a good start.
Okay, yeah.
Water.
Okay.
What rivers do you know of? Think of some rivers' names.
The Nile.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the longest one, isn't it?
I thought, what do you call it?
Or was it the Amazon? I can never remember. Congo's always the 3rd. I remember that.
Amazon's the
Amazon, then Nile.
There's one that begins with a Y that I did in
Yangtze.
class.
Euphrates?
The Yangtze.
That was it.
That's the Chinese one.
Me and Freya worked together on it.
Right, okay.
Chinese one. Yangtze.
Okay, question.
There's a river in the name of the place where we live. Where do we live? What's the name of the town that we live in?
Clayton.
No, that's the village. What's the name of the town?
Newcastle.
Under.
Lyme.
Yeah, the River Lyme. That's
The
why
town
Newcastle
is below the river.
Newcastle under Lyme.
Then
And where
you've got the
else?
River Tyne.
Stoke on.
The
Trent.
river, yeah, the River Trent, which runs through my brother's garden. It's only a little stream. The River Trent.
The River Lyme is only small. Most of its points. I know it's full of pollution as ever.
We're going to Wales
things
soon
go.
in our class, and we're going to learn quite a lot about rivers there.
Where are you going in
Yeah.
Wales? Are you with family or with school?
Just school.
Okay, where are you going?
Swallow Falls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Swallow Falls is beautiful. I mean, the hotel up there is a bit run down.
Well, they stay in a.
We're staying in a P.
Oh, you'll be staying up at
Dawes.
Betsy Coyd at the
Yeah,
the adventure camp
We're
up
only staying for
by
one night there.
Tin Lau. There's
Yeah.
an outdoor pursuit centre.
That's right.
With the bunkhouses.
They're only staying there for one night, but they're going to Electric Mountain, aren't you?
Electric Mountain's
going
good.
to Landwood, no.
I love it. I don't know exactly.
You were-
Electric Mountain is a hydroelectric plant, that works on economy 7.
Yeah, and it's under the.
It's literally built
under the
inside of a mountain, so you go inside through the tunnels. They've got all the machinery, and basically there's a lake at the top of the mountain and a lake at the bottom. And during the day, they let the water fall down the pipes and generate electricity, so the water goes from the top down to the bottom. And then during night, when the electricity is cheaper, they buy the electricity back cheaper.
And
Pump it back up again.
Lake Ballar's at the top,
Yeah.
isn't it? What's the one at the bottom? I can't remember the one at the
I
bottom.
can't.
You remember that? You'll find that out.
You two, the one at the bottom is, what do you call it? Is
Scooby-Doo.
Lake Ballard isn't at the top of Electric Mountain. Lake Ballard is off from it, because if you carry on to Porthmadog, you've got the nuclear power station that they've got up in the mountains by the river. You've got the old they call it the bottomless lake, but it's got a bottom. But by the old Roman road by Snowdon, as you go through the old Snowdonia road.
Yes. What's that called?
The actual Roman bridge is actually underneath the main road.
Yeah.
The bridge is under the bridge that goes over the main road.
I can't remember what that one's called.
Do you know what?
Lake Ballard was the one at the top.
No,
So
Ballard
the
isn't
visitor
at the
centre's
top.
right next to it, isn't it?
The Ballard visitor is, but it's not Ballard. Ballard's down in a valley.
Well, what's the one that's there then? What's the lake that's right next to the Electric Mountain Visitor Centre? So you've got the Slates Museum, haven't you? Which is just up and above.
Oh God, we've had more PayPals. Okay, 1 second for the PayPals. I just need to work this.
PayPal.
Electric Mountain, North Wales.
Here is Electric Mountain.
Clanberis. So let's hit the map and have a look.
Yeah, it should tell us the lake then, shouldn't it?
It's bugging me now.
Yeah, I know. I always thought it was Ballard, but I might be wrong. It's near there, isn't it?
Right.
Hey, Red.
That's Electric Mountain,
Hey,
so I would
Red.
assume, is that the lake at the
Person
top?
said it was a good dancer.
Clin,
No, I don't think that's the one.
Dilswich.
Well, that's the visitor centre, isn't it?
Well,
So
there's
Flynn Paris.
Clin Pennick, Paris,
Is that why?
Clin Pardon.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'll
is.
be it.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's
the
the pumpkin.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So there's Clanberis, isn't it?
Yeah, like Clanberis.
That's what I was thinking, not Lake Beris, it's Clanberis, isn't
Yeah,
it? That's
Clanberis.
why.
Who's
Yeah, 'cause
red?
the railway, the steam train goes around
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
Daddy, who's red? Hey, Red.
There, red, green.
Yeah.
Ah.
Right, I've got PayPals to do. I want to do just the edge of this first, though.
Remember, guys, Mel is committed to a fantastic new camera tonight. £90. He's had £20 in PayPal so far. So the target for tonight, just for tonight's show, a special, because Beth's come in with me. £90 we're trying to reach.
If you get it, I'll punch Daddy in the face.
All
Oh,
right.
that'd be nice.
Someone has sent us 100,
Whoa.
but it's SEC. And I don't know what SEC is. Now that could turn out to be like £5. Yeah, because we've had this in the past where someone sent 1,000 and it turned out to be like 20 quid. Yeah, so
Sec sounds familiar.
come on, what do we think SEC is? What, Singapore something?
No.
I don't think so. 'Cause that's Singapore dollars, aren't they?
What's this?
No, red, green.
Sec, isn't that a Swedish krona?
It could be. Can't be anything massive because my overall balance hasn't jumped up massively. Yeah, so yeah, it's the krona.
Yeah, I thought so.
93.35 krona from Dan W.
Nice one.
Yeah, with a little message. It's not much, but it's something.
It's £10, someone just said.
It's about a tenner, so we are a tenner closer. So
Nice
what?
one.
We're
So
30.
So only 60 quid. We're a third
Yeah.
of the way there.
Yeah, we've Remain B. He sent us a tenner.
Oh, nice one. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Thanks for all the videos and tips. I'm a third bio inspired by your tutorials.
Nice one.
I'm
As
on
we
my
all are.
I'm on my third build inspired by your tutorials. Thanks a lot. Keep going. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, that's from our Romain.
If you do it, I'll punch Daddy in the face.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's a bonus. a
Anders
bonus.
J has sent in just shy of 10. We'll call it 10. So
Nice one.
that's us 50.
There you go. More than halfway,
Yeah.
guys. Already.
No
Well
message,
done.
but thank you, Anders. Let me get these guys on the screen.
What time are you on till tonight?
Another hour.
Half 9.
I'm just going to paint these.
So you've got an hour left. There you go. An hour down. You've done halfway.
I don't
well
think
done.
I'm going to get round to actually painting the front, but at least I'll get all
You
the
get
sides done.
done,
Yeah, and at least then they're dry for when I come in and start painting tomorrow. Now, on the painting side for these, yeah, we're going deep. Yeah, I'm going to be showing you a couple of little secrets, and we'll be talking about desaturation of paints to get realistic colours. Yeah,
cool.
it's something we haven't done in the Let's Makes before, so it needs to be done properly. So I don't want to rush it by jumping in tonight. The reason being is I have to show you how I mix my paints and my ratios to get realistic colours. Yeah, and that means yellows, greys and browns. Yeah, it's a bit funky, but there's not enough time for me to do it now, tonight. Yeah, and get painting. So I don't want to ruin it by rushing it.
Don't want to rush it. You put all the work in. Plus, it's like a commission piece anyway. So just do it properly and take the time.
Oh,
we'll wait.
TT Combat after a commission.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just don't know if they need it for Sloop because technically I've got Ronnie on a holding pattern. yeah. My commission for foreground. I'm still waiting for stuff off them. They haven't had the boards yet. Yeah, so it's like, all right, this is for Salute.
Yeah, you better put your finger.
You know what I mean?
What happened last time?
Do you remember last time?
I remember last time too well now.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff flying around. You know what I mean? Right, let's get some names on these pages. Yeah. So we're 50 quid in. Oh, that's Dave Taylor. I want to reply to.
Yeah, so 40 down to go.
And I will punch you in the face.
And you'll punch me in the face. There you go. Someone donate £40. You'll watch me get punched on face by my daughter.
Maybe even twice.
Just let me get PayPal. I'll donate 40 quid to see that. Oh, no. Oh, mess up. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to expose you like that. Anders J.
Give me a punch to the stomach.
No, face is better. Everyone would rather see me punch me in the face because I'm really strong.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a bruise.
We've got Remain B. Thank you, buddy.
No, Beth can't stay still, Spud.
No,
She's
I'm
like
really
this at
bad
home.
at it.
And Dan W.
Can't stay still at home. Unless she's watching the rubbish American talent.
No, I
Nothing
still
against
can't
America, but teenage American
No, I still
kids
can't
telly.
sit still then.
Things
I
like
just wriggle
Victorious and Sam and Cat.
Sam and Cat's the best.
What's
iCarly.
What's Sam and Cat?
It's the
It's a
best show
spin-off.
ever.
There was iCarly and
iCarly.
the Victorious. And then the
Victorious.
spin-off from those two shows, Sam and Cat.
It's like the best show ever.
Oh no.
We're going to have to
CJ's
dance.
CJ's done
Have we
a
done
lot.
it?
CJ.
Right,
CJ.
This is for all you.
Right, we've hit target, guys. CJ sent in 40.
Right there. Are you ready?
Wait. CJ, let's get CJ on the screen, then we'll do our dance.
I'm really glad because I get to punch you in the face.
See how loving my daughter is.
There we go. It is CJ, isn't it?
Yeah, I would thought so.
I think it is.
Name.
It's CG. Already a patron, but what the hell? Enjoying the trench build. Thank you, buddy. Let's just put him on as Chris. Chris G. Right, we have hit. Chris sent in 40, so we're right. Camera sorted.
This side.
Oh!
My God! What is that?
That was a proper one! I heard that! Did you really proper clapped him on?
Did.
We've got it recorded as well. You know what? You'll be able to send your mates a timestamp of you hitting your dad.
Boys, you've been warned. She's only 10 now. Mess with the Beth and you're going to get the fist. And she's been taught how to punch properly as well.
1 second. Just chatting with Dave Taylor. I may have an intro into Fantasy Flight.
Yeah, lovely.
She's
been taught how to do a proper fist. Show the nice people how we do a proper fist.
You've got to put your thumb on there.
Yeah, do a thumbs up, don't we? Tuck the thumb behind the knuckles.
Yeah, like that.
We don't put it inside, so what happens then?
Because then it really hurts your thumb.
Yeah, you'll get a broken thumb.
You'll be like, look.
And we don't stick it on the outside because what happens if you miss, you'll end up with a broken thumb.
You'll be like,
So we put it there underneath it.
Yeah. Like a fist
Not
pump.
that we're violent necessarily.
Like a fist pump like this.
Oh yeah.
Woo. Did you enjoy that?
Not overly. I don't
I
particularly like
enjoyed
being
it.
punched in the face
I
most days.
enjoyed
Do you know
it.
what? Tonight's been brilliant. Yeah, one camera sorted. We made the decision, and I can immediately see improvement to my videos to the level where I wanted to take
Well, that
it.
sounds really cool camera. Remote
Yeah.
control as well. Epic.
Well, that means I can zoom in and zoom
Yeah.
out without having to fiddle with the
Faff
camera.
around.
Yeah. Also, it's got loads of manual focusing things, so that's going to improve that. Yeah. I still need to get a decent microphone, but I don't need to get any recording
Well, it's
equipment
coming,
for it.
like I say, it comes with an external microphone.
Exactly, so I can just jack into that. Yeah. My mate Dave, he looks like that could be good.
Good.
Yeah.
There we go. And wonderful people
You
making
know,
their
let's do a
wonderful
dance.
donations again.
Let's do dance.
Oh yeah, go for dance.
Don't let them down.
No, we won't
You
let them
promised
down.
them something.
Do a go for dance.
Did you enjoy being punched in the face?
Oh, it was lovely being punched in the
Oh,
face.
you-
Don't
One of
hit
the
him in the
highlights.
face again.
One of the
Right.
highlights. Since I've turned 44, it was one of the highlights of being 44.
But then again, both my kids, when they were growing up, both of them were bullied. Okay, at school, both of them had problems. So both of them did kickboxing. Yeah. Sorted the bullying, but the bruises on my shins again. I'll tell you what, Corbin's got this right little snap of a kick. Yeah, where he comes in low and he snaps it in, and I'll tell you what. Yes.
I don't get bullied.
Oh.
I
No,
mean,
you don't. You're
There's
very
one
popular.
person who
so aren't you?
sort of bullies me, but not really.
There's no, you never saw. You're lucky
Not
because
really. No,
there's
a
no
little bit
bullying
mean to
goes
me.
on. The school's
little
very
bit
good
mean
for
to me,
that.
but
and
not
you're
Well,
really.
lucky.
one, it's a matter when it comes down to the school, and also it's a matter that most kids get bullied until they stand up for themselves, and then the bully moves on.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
Yeah.
would dare to bully you. At the
One
moment.
person's mean to me, but
So-
she doesn't bully me. She's just mean.
Well, listen, I've just seen how you smacked your dad, and I can understand why people don't want to bully you.
I wouldn't.
Right. Yeah.
You just dance, I'll watch.
No, you can join in.
Oh,
Come on.
yay!
But let's get
Right,
Mark, give you
okay.
instructions. So
Right.
feet
Arms
apart.
go in the side, feet apart. Yeah. Have you seen No, you won't have.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. Your hands have got to go up like this.
Put the hands
You've
up
got to
so-
imagine you're a little chubby gopher sticking out of a hole. Okay. So you can't see your legs. So what you got to do is, with your hips have got to move round in a circle like that, and it's a gopher dance. Dancing for money on the internet. Oh, what are you laughing at? Oh yeah, what are you laughing at? Dad will be having a conversation with you, young lady. There you are, we've embarrassed ourselves enough. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. Oh,
There we go.
oh, getting a bit warm now.
Yeah, it's
I'm
warm.
not.
Warming up.
You're lucky then. Thank you, guys. It is massively appreciated. And what you have managed to do is, with your support, we've upped the lights. We've now upped the camera
And
quality.
we've hurt Daddy's teeth.
Yeah.
Daddy's jaw.
It's you know.
And we're quite a way into the target. Although the target's still got to increase
Yeah,
for
but
the laptop. You'll.
well, no, we've
you get-
wiped it out with the camera. We'll start afresh. But
Well, no, it's only £90 for the camera. The target started at about £800 originally.
No.
Nearly £700 it started, just over, and it's down to about 300 now.
yeah,
So that's about 400. So go back up to 500, but then we
Yeah.
raised that tonight.
yeah,
So you're about
right. Kind of.
you stayed about the 300 from where you stayed where your
The
target ended.
The camera's 350, so there's 2 something coming off.
All right.
Yeah, it's not a cheap camera. It ain't 90 quid, mate. 90 quid is the extra. I need to find out that. Oh, I had to find out the budget. Here, very quickly. Let me.
Faster version of 1980s body popping.
Well, I thought it said body pooping then.
Mm.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
that's yeah that. Yeah, hence
That's nice.
the
isn't it?
variance. So having to take the 260 out of what you call it,
Yeah,
out
that's
of the text,
expensive piece of kit.
where it looks damn. But yeah, all sorted.
Super. Excellent stuff.
So yeah, that's good. It did. Whenever we do these sort of things and we achieve it, you sort of left in a lull afterwards. Of sort of like,
Yeah, it's like it's almost disbelief.
it's a little bit of disbelief, and it's almost like, okay, what now? You know what I mean? We'll do. And so, well, I'll tell you what. Now I'm going to turn this around and paint the other side of this.
I'll tell you what. Now we're going to get home.
Oh yeah.
I
Somebody-
want to go to bed.
Beth
Yeah.
at the
What-
minute.
What time's your bedtime?
I don't
It's
know.
supposed to be between 9 and 10.
Yeah, that's roughly Willow and
then-
Corbin.
But
supposed to
then I
be.
usually. But then
Oh,
I.
Tom.
He's a little bit later. He's between 10 and 11.
But usually it's between 1 and 2.
It's not usually, is it?
It
Right.
is.
Depending on whether you're
if
at
he
school
gets
the
caught,
next day.
if he gets caught, that's when it is.
Saying that, we have to say boys are awful for that. Then again, Willow's awful for that.
I usually just go on my
Somebody goes to
phone.
bed about 3 times, doesn't she?
Yeah, 'cause I always get out of bed because it's really boring though.
Well, you're
Well,
supposed
you're
to go
supposed
to
to be
sleep.
asleep.
No, it's really boring.
That's a
during
dad
night
thing,
time.
isn't it? You're not there. You're not in bed to be entertained
I know,
or
you're not
play.
meant
Close your eyes and go to sleep, girl.
I just go on my phone usually.
Yeah, well, we have
But then-
those
well,
issues.
that's
then
what
it
we
used to
told
run
you
out
about
of
that as
charge
well.
really quick.
Beth and Corbin versus Mel in a cage fight.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
punch. Will it be a feature
I
of every
think-
live show?
I think. I got quite a strong kick as well.
I wonder how far behind they are in the chat because there's quite a lot of people talking about that punch.
Well, it's probably still a big talking point. It's not
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you
it
see
was a
proper
hell of a
violence.
punch, to be fair. It was a good punch.
Good job I've got a beard, otherwise I didn't see them all for the rest of the week.
It sounded like a.
I was not
It's
expecting
not just that, I've got video footage of it now.
Right.
With that sound, I can emphasise the sound. And that's going to
Put a
be.
kapow.
Mommy has to see that later.
Oh, she will. I'll send her a link.
Right, ladies.
Yeah, listen, Jace, thanks for coming in. Listen, enjoy that. Remember,
I will.
little test piece first. Make sure you're not sensitive to borax.
I'll take
Have you used borax in the past?
No.
No.
Right, well, in which case, definitely do a little test
Yeah.
piece. Yeah, all you need is a little bit in the bottom of a plastic cup. Yeah, and if you get no problems with that, because the last thing you want to do is make a large blob, have your hands all over it, and then get chemical burns from it. Yeah, if you're sensitive. It's one of those things, I think something like 2% of the population is. Our kids have never had a problem with it. We've never had a problem with it. But I'd hate to give you
I've
a
got
present.
sensitive skin.
Well,
It's not
Willow
that
does as
sensitive.
well.
Not on my hands I haven't, but I have on my face mainly. so
Yeah, well,
it's
don't
only-
wear it on your face
I
then.
won't.
Yeah, don't put a mask on. A beauty mask.
Yeah, I'm getting some painting done right now. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see
Come here,
you.
you.
We'll see
Happy
you.
Christmas, Phil.
Thank you.
Right, dude. You look
See you
after
soon.
yourself, bud. Yeah.
I'll be in touch.
Salute, yes.
Have you heard from us, Salute?
Not as yet, but provisional, yes. You know what I
Okay.
mean? We're on it. Yeah, because we've got to do it. Robin will be at Red on Blue in Nottingham on the 11th.
Yeah, week on Sunday.
Tom isn't going, is he?
No.
Corb's still coming because he wants to
Okay.
hang out with the lads. So
That's
that's
fine.
cool. Yeah, so it'll be me, you, Fred, and Corb.
Super.
Yeah. What is borax?
It's sort of like a powder that you put in slime to activate it.
Yeah, it's a chemical that turns liquids. It congeals them. Yeah, making it into a slime thing. We'll have to do a video on it. Tell you what, when
Yeah.
you played on it, you can come down to the studio.
Yeah,
You
you
and Willow bring your slime stuff.
Oh,
We'll make
yeah,
a little
and we
slime
can make it
tutorial.
like a touch.
Yeah, make a slime tutorial. Cool.
Yeah.
How to make proper
And you can put
slime.
it on my channel as a little,
Well, it'd be quite
bits and
good. It's quite
giggles.
useful because it can be used as a terrain material. If you have it as string and you put more borax in it than you need, essentially, it turns into like Yoo-hoo glue. And Yoo-hoo glue that you can use is fantastic.
Does it?
Yeah.
Give me that
You can
box,
get it stringy. You make it stringy, so it turns into like a rubber. And then if you glue it one end to the other, you get like tyrannic glue or bloody stuff like that.
all right, then we're on that. We'll have a play with that.
Yeah, it can be.
It's
if you get the
sodium
mixture right,
tetraborate
you can use
used
that.
for washing and making slime. Thanks, Dent.
Yeah.
Right. Safe journey, guys. Yeah.
We will.
I'll catch up with you on the old Facebook and we'll get sorted and we'll get
We'll sort out
we'll
space.
get the kids together as well.
Yeah.
You come down,
Slime
yeah,
tutorial
me and you
sounds
can-
epic.
coffee and natter, and they can slime and play and that sort of stuff.
I like slime and play. Right.
Right,
See you
safe
guys.
journey and watch yourself leaving out, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do. I'll give a.
Thanks for coming down. And
Don't
thanks,
worry, don't
guys.
worry, guys. I shall punish you on the way to the car. A few beatings, return punches.
That was a hell of a crack.
It was, tell me. I can still feel it now.
Bye.
Safe journey, Duck. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Don't forget to donate while I'm not here. I might be back on the admin when I get home.
If I'm still here, dude, it's date night, so
Yeah, oh yeah. Let's get
Kerry has a takeaway arriving at ours for 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay. It's 8:45 now. So.
Yeah, so by the time I've done these, I'm probably going to be a little bit of a chat and wrap it up. But yeah, Sunday. But I'll see if we can get together over the weekend. Are you free?
Not Saturday because she's not here and I'm not here, but she'll be on Sunday.
All right. I'll see what we can sort.
All right.
Right. Catch you
See you
later.
guys. Have a good one.
Always good. Wow. Sorry guys, I'm a bit all over the place. Hit target, got camera. Fingers crossed. We may be. I've really got my fingers crossed for this FFG. Oh, $15 from Perry M. I'll throw that on, Perry M. I don't want to miss you, dude. What, Australian dollars, so what's that? That probably knocks it up another tenner. No, not that. I want that one. Perry M. Come on. Oh. I don't know what it's doing. Alright. Oh. Yeah. What? I don't know where it's putting any. It's not letting me add your name, Perry. Right, to Perry M, thank you, buddy. Thanks for your support. I can't add you to the screen because Jason's jinxed it with his leaving. So, and an hour of what's been achieved, Mel. Very little, actually, because we've been chatting and talking. Yeah? So I better get back to getting some paint on these, because like I say, if I can't get stuck into the main surfaces tonight, because I need to do the bit, record the bit on the editing, then I definitely need to get these sides painted. Hey, Tamsin. Slime tutorial. In blacksmithing, borax works as a flux to prevent the formalization of iron oxide scale on the surfaces when forge welding. Really? Cut, cut, cut. The road to Broadway is waiting for you three. Right. Ba, 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 ba. Do you know what? One of my favourite stages in terrain making is base coating. Yeah, and it's quite simple why. It's the only stage I can just go for, and I know I'm not going to screw it up. All I've got to do is get a solid colour on it, yeah, or on a piece of it, and it's like, it's so. A lot of terrain making, especially commission work, can be stressful for me. Yeah, am I doing it right? Is this right? Is it is that good enough, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and so when I get to base coating, it's like, it's a doddle. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right then. Easy peasy. I would quite happily live my life being a professional base coater. It's when you have to do the detail and make it look decent. Yeah, that all the problems come and all the stress come. But base coating is just fun. I like your trenches. Thanks, Joan. Episode 5 on its way? No. We're sticking with 4. Number 4 may be a really long video. Yeah, but it will only be 4 videos. I can't do it as 5. I genuinely can't. It sort of annoyed me at being 4, to be truthful. Yeah, because it would have been better as 3, but it just didn't work out that way. I suppose one of the biggest problems is the fact that with it being like an end-of-level boss, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing on it or how detailed I want to take it and all those sort of things. Base coating is mindless therapy. It is. I love it. Not rehearsing Robin Hood tonight, so being able to hang out and watch whilst building my King Tiger. Hope all watching The Guru are well. Have some walls that need painting if you're up for it. Yeah, I love painting walls, which is just as well because Kez loves decorating. So I'm just going to carry on, casually get these done. We've got this one to do, that one to do, and then we'll wind it up. Yeah, because I can get in tomorrow and I can do a solid day, get all the base coating done, which means theoretically I can be, I can be in over the weekend, flocking it up. I don't think I'm going to have it done for Tuesday because I was thinking I've got to pour the resin in there and that's not going to be done in one hit. That has to be done after it's all sealed. Yeah, because obviously if you seal it with like a matte varnish or something like that, if you seal over water, resin water effects, then, you know, it's no longer matte. Calling base coating therapy must be some sort of, okay. If anything, it's mental torture. Really? I've got a big box of broken biscuits and a heavily pregnant woman. I feel a fight coming on. Spud, you'll lose. She'll have those biscuits, man. Five videos, chief assistants of chief assistant. We're getting into overboard 40 minutes like we did with the D-Day board. Watched the other day, top stuff. It happens. My terrain projects go like that, though. Do you know what I mean? It's just... I mean, the tutorials aren't bad because they're relatively simple pieces. I know what I'm doing with them. You know what I mean? But when we get to these sort of projects, quite a lot of the times, you know, the projects can change over the course of the project. I mean, when I originally designed it, I hadn't planned to put in like climbing ladders or saps or a bridge or even the muddy puddles and the duck boards. That was all your requests. Can you do this, Mel? Can you do this, Mel? Yeah, and so it's sort of extended. Also, with it, technically, I know this is going to Warlord, but it's technically my project that I'm giving to Warlord, so to speak. Yeah, and so, you know, it's like, oh, I'll add this on, I'll do this, which I can because it's my project, but at the same time, you know, it's sort of extended things beyond where I was expecting them to be extended to. Are these trenches a commission? No, they're a gift. Yeah, they're going to Warlord's store. Warlord have been really good to me over the years, but also I'm conscious that I'm getting, sometime next year, if I carry on growing the way I'm going, I'm going to hit, yeah, 100,000 subs. Yeah, and when I hit 100,000 subs, I want to do a massive giveaway as part of a thank you. Now, I've been reaching out to various companies that I've dealt with and, yeah, to sort of see what I can get for the giveaway, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, for foreground, I've got a £500 retail voucher. Yeah, this is, I'm sort of, this project, it's sort of going to Warlords, sort of a thank you for what they've done for me in the past, and also sort of sweetener as to getting a little bit of prize support for my draw. Oh, good. So that's what the plan is. We use borax as a Harry Potter theme count. 50% wall will go. Clear saturating. Ah, 101,000. Go for dance. 100,000 subs is amazing. So awesome. Yeah, it's 100,000 subs the gold play button or the platinum one? It's the silver one, mate. You get gold for 1 million and you get platinum for 10 million. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, I know what lots of people say, oh, you know, you never know, but I can't see me getting a play button beyond this. You know, I'm amazed that there's a chance I could get to 100,000. I do not have any belief that I'm going to make it to 1 million. I just don't. I don't think there's enough interest in the subject, to be perfectly honest, for $1 million. Those billets you are using could be used for bench hooks. Add a lip on one side there, a lip on the other side of the workpiece, keep it from sliding away. Yeah, that'd work. I just got Japanese Scorpion Walker from Warlord. The quality is top notch. You can tell them that, Mel. I do like the conflict stuff. You see, I was interested in Conflict 47, and I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I had a bit of a drama queen moment. Yeah, because it was like they brought out Conflict 47, and it was like, oh, it's kind of like sci-fi, but in a World War II sort of setting. And I was thinking, this is great because I've already got my Chindits, I've already got most of my army. I can play a sci-fi game without actually having to completely get a new army. And then I read the fluff, yeah, in the Conflict 47 book, and I read the fluff about the Chindits, and it was one sentence, and it just something said, and Wingate's Chindits took Burma, and that was it. That was the entire fluff for the Chindits in the Conflict 47 book. And it was like, right, if my Chindits are only worth one sentence in your book, I'm not playing. And so I didn't. Proper drama queen moment. I mean, if they do a source book where, you know, the Chindits get padded out and that sort of stuff, I might jump back onto it. There's $1 million hobbyists easy. Yeah. You will make $1 million. You just got to believe. Have you seen the stock of GW explode since June? The whole world and their grandmother. Yeah, there are a lot of hobbyists. I mean, the wargaming industry is, you know, or the tabletop industry, if you add it all up, is a $1 billion industry. But are there that many people interested in actually making terrain? Don't know. I mean, when I came to YouTube, it wasn't really perceivable that I'd get 30,000 subs because the biggest terrain channels barely had 20, and they've been going for like years. Now, obviously, we've sort of kind of proven, I've kind of proven myself wrong on that count, but there's a big difference between 100,000 and 1 million, a very big difference. Just getting rid of the blobs. The blobs? Yes, the blobs. Where you get blobs of paint in the corner. Right, painted all on there with the first coat. So that van is done. I'll bring it up. There we go. Very nice black sides there. FFG. Oh. Not to mention people like me who are just starting terrain stages. You were and still are the best tutor. Wargaming is also rising in popularity. It is. Yeah. Pendragon stuff. 1 million subscribers or B&Q. I missed that comment, mate. Whatever, Pike. I hope I can get something sorted with Fantasy Flight so I can do Star Wars videos. But like I say, it is an issue. You know, I don't want to risk copyright strikes. And so, unless I get definitive permission, it's not something I'm going to do. Right, drop that one on there. Ugh, black fingers. What black is that? Wilco's Emulsion Supernova. It's just a black what you call it, house paint. Legion. They must underwrite the Chindit. I can just imagine you sitting there. It's not fair. It's not really not fair. I'm not standing for this. Do you have a chair? The blackest of black. Hey, they have actually discovered the new black paint, haven't they? And you look into it and it's like, it's eerily black. You know, like strangely black, if you know what I mean. So, I like making terrain more than painting my armies. So do I. Bandigo Black. I have a commission to do some trenches. I usually don't charge money, but this time I will be making money. Do it, dudes. Remember, time plus materials. It absorbs. Yeah, I've seen that. It absorbs 99% of the light. Yeah, that's the stuff. I would love some of that to make terrain out of. You could have some fun with that, with terrain making. I want to get into electronics and all that sort of stuff as well. Now, I've normally avoided this because I don't normally like lights on terrain. But I have an idea for an X-Wing board that'll look mint with electronics. But back to getting permission again. Oh, let's give that a jump. Later, Black Dog. Yeah, later, Black Dog. Come on, bring the comments back up. They put it on tinfoil and then crumpled the tinfoil and shine light on it. You see nothing, not a hint of a crevice. That's scary. You see, you could really do some depth perception with that, couldn't you? You know, proper never-ending holes. I mean, that's one of the challenges with doing holes on the on what you call caverns and crevices on the tabletop. You know, you look at them and you can see the bottom. You can see it's a painted black hole. But if you get something that absorbs that much light, it would really trick you into thinking it's a hole. Yes, it's nasty. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. What's nasty? Which will happen first? 1 million videos or B&Q? 1 million or B&Q produce tartan paint? And when I was in the army, I knew a lad who got sent for tartan paint. Poor bugger. He was waiting for ages. No, it's so black you can't have any depth perception. Exactly, Diggy. It'd be fun to play with from a terrain point of view, I reckon. The guy buys Forge World, so I don't have any issue with charging him a fair penny. Yeah, that's a fair comment then. If you can afford Forge World, you can afford commission rates. Can I have a new bubble for my spirit level, please? Have you lost the black? I guess called Vantigo Black, they called it. It screws with your eyes and brain. Mentally, it can wreak havoc on your brain. Really? Then again, that's a bit like those situations where they put people in those quiet rooms, isn't it? You know, in the rooms that have got like the audio, the sort of setup to absorb and not reflect any sound, so it's perfect silence. You can't even hear yourself breathing. You know what I mean? Yeah, and in those situations, that can send you loopy. Yeah, mate. Yeah, suburban. I remember one time I've actually painted dirt green. Yeah, dirt brown patches on grass green before now, because someone important was coming. These things happen. Right. Right, we're on about 10 past now. I've got one side, the other side. We're doing all right on time. Yes, I've looked at it. Deprivation tanks, been there. It's not fun. Is it not? Genuinely, Larissa, tell me about your experience, because Kez wants to try one of these deprivation tanks. A couple's one. Yeah. So what are they like? Because I've never done them. A brake weld. Commission you turned down, which was the board suspended over the hole. You could have suspended the board with sky hooks. No, it wouldn't have worked, mate. It wouldn't have worked. Not for what they wanted it for. That was Sega. They wouldn't have tolerated something like that. A couple's depth tank sounds interesting. With 2 heartbeats, it'll be a bit mental. Well, I've never been in one, so I'm you know, I'm a bit curious. I mean, all I know about deprivation tanks, yeah, is Homer Simpson. It's like being in a watery coffin. The one I was in a room, not a water one, no sound, no smell. Air, yes, no sight. You cannot hear your own breath, but you can hear your heartbeat. Oh, that's got to be weird. I have. It's pretty trippy on your own. So well worth the experience, though. Okay. What's your favourite game? After about 20 minutes, you'll go nuts. Right. Favourite game, bot action, all sorts. Hey, Paul! Congratulations, Paul. Month to go, dude. I did a float tank back in the 80s. You can hear your own heartbeat and blood flowing through your own eardrums. Mel, that's probably not a good idea. Hey Mel, when I was in the army, they told us that the British that were convicted could opt to do a term of service instead of jail time. Was that true? Yes, Diggy, it is true. It doesn't happen. I think the last it happened was in the 80s, but when I was in, there was a corporal in, and he opted for 6 years service rather than 2 years jail time. For theft, I think it was. Was it for theft? It was for taking a car without, or taking a few cars without vehicle theft. But he took he took service over over jail time, and he did well with it. I mean, last I heard, yeah, he retired a staff sergeant after doing 20. I know, so exciting. Yes, but more than overload, it was bad. Mel, you're in the northwest, right? There's a place just outside of Manchester that does floats. Is there? That's handy. Manchester's only about 40 minutes from me. I've given up with Proxy King Tiger myself. I need to chuck it in as a deprivation tank itself. Those deprivation tanks, not a good idea. 2 hard baits. Mel's is just secretly a Time Lord. 6 yards for jacking some cars. Wow. Yeah, but it was the 80s, mate. But no, yeah, it did happen. You could opt for military service over jail time. Generally, I mean, it would depend on what you did. Do you know what I mean? And whether the crown, i.e. the court system, yeah, thought that you'd make a good soldier. I mean, if you raped someone or someone like that, you couldn't choose military service. You know, but if it was burglary, that sort of stuff, then the Crown often reckoned that, you know, we can turn you around. And in the case of Wink, it did. You know, he was a career criminal when he came in, and he did 20 years service, good service. You know, he served his country. He went to war a couple of times. You know, so it worked. Winter is coming. Not for another year, it isn't. Military service instead of jail. You Brits have the night watch or something. It goes back to, I mean, you've got to remember, it was only back in the 70s that national service was stopped. Okay? I mean, 20 years, 20, 25 years, 30 years after World War II finished, we were still running national service. Okay? And so it's, you know, it's slightly skewed. You know, we used to put them on the Scottish border. It's referred to as twonking. Is it? I never knew it was referred to as twonking. I mean, to be truthful, the only person I've ever met who'd actually gone through that was Wink, this corporal, when I first joined up. Yeah, and that's the only reason, because I knew he told me the story one time when we were an ex. Yeah. Some people do need structure. The army can be good for people. And to be truthful, I think national service is a good thing. You know? I mean, I was differently. I enlisted, you know, at a young age. And so I sort of volunteered for national service. But the person it made me, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have been that person without it. And it made me a lot more confident in myself and that sort of stuff. Mel, national service ended in 1960. Was it 63, was it? I thought it was the 70s, sorry. But even so, 63 is still relatively... It's Jason. Hello, matey. Yeah, so do you know what I mean? You're from Stoke, aren't you? My cousin's up near Biddulph. I know Biddulph really well. When I was a kid, I used to go air cadets in Biddulph. My brother used to live in Biddulph. Well, Brownlees, which is like a little hamlet just outside of Biddulph. But his wife's from Biddulph. She grew up in Biddulph all her life. I'd just rather sit it out in jail. Yeah, but that's British jails, mate. The corp I roomed was one of his neighbours shot out the window and he ran to the car. The judge said he would. It was accident if you hit him once, but 7 times. Hopefully that won't bruise up. Oh, Jace, that will bruise up. She gave you a right cracker, mate. Dutch jail would be like a hotel. But no, actually, it did happen. And like I say, I know of one person who took that option, who took service over prison. Right, almost done. I do like base coating. Yeah. At least the beard tied it. The face of Jace. Okay, it was a huge whack, Larissa. Okay, here's a question. Do you think we should bring back national service or leave it as it now and have dedicated people that want certain nations to have national? Right, my personal preference is I would bring back national service. Okay? Now, I wouldn't make that automatically the army. I would make it national service in the health system, national service in things like parks and recreation. There's a lot of areas in this country where we could do with the manpower, yeah, which would drastically improve things. I also think that, I mean, you've got to remember, when you did national service, you actually got paid for it as well. Okay, and I think it'd be good for a lot of people just to go out and experience a bit, even though it's compulsory, experience a bit of work and the real world before they decide whether they want to go to college and university and all that sort of stuff. Because there's a lot of people who look at the world and go, well, actually, I'm making a reasonable wage, I'm not going to go for college or that sort of stuff. But in this country, we have this sort of mechanism where you go to school, you go to college, you go to university, then you figure out what the bloody hell you're going to do. You know, and we end up with loads of graduates who've got no idea what they want to do. Yeah, there aren't the jobs for them because actually the demand is actually in the lower skill areas a lot of the time, and they end up working in bloody retail. Yeah, so yeah, I would like to see some sort of national service. I also think with things like immigration, yeah, there's a lot of arguments over immigration and stuff like that, but would you really argue about someone who'd done 3 years in the army? I mean, no one has a problem with Gurkhas earning the right to live in Britain. Nepalese people, the British Army recruits them, they serve their time, and no one has a problem. I don't. No one I've ever met has ever had a problem with them settling in Britain afterwards. In a lot of cases, sometimes the Ministry of Defence don't allow them, and you get massive uproars with the public like, he served our country. You tell him he can't live in it. So I think with that sort of thing, you know, if you've served, you know, I mean, the guy who used to live opposite me, he moved out about a year ago, but he was an Afghan translator. Yeah, and the Taliban killed his entire family. Yeah, so I can't remember which regiment, but one of the regiments essentially brought him back with them. Okay, so he was safe. And for him, you know, he's an Afghani. You know, essentially he's an immigrant. But, you know, his family died because he helped the British in Afghanistan fight the Taliban. I've got no problem with him having a house, and if he can't find a job, then get yourself on benefits, mate, until you do. And he did find a job. He worked bloody hard, to be truthful. He ended up being a plasterer, you know, a decorating plasterer. I'll tell you what, those Afghanis, strong buggers. The sacks of plaster. I remember helping him one day, just move these sacks, you know, because he was sort of struggling. I went along, and he's carrying like 3 sacks at a time, and I'm struggling with one. Everybody can volunteer for the army, I suppose. Yeah, they can. I had a job from 12 years onwards. First job was paper round. Yeah, I've always worked from a young age. I remember I think I was in primary school, and I used to go around cutting people's lawns in summer to earn pocket money. But it's what you do. I work in retail for the range. I read Churchill's Secret Warriors, and those men were 22 years, and my son is, and I look at him, and his peers are completely different maturity to those chaps. You say that, James, yeah? But my eldest lad, he's, he's 24, and he's a corporal in the army, you know, and he's matured up being in the army drastically. Like what we have here, the Filipinos who served for our US military and fought for our country have the same thoughts but you may not be sitting, but yeah, very much so. Uprooting young chestnut trees and selling them in the park. What? Night, Jace. Ever done any museum work, Mel? I really need a painter for exhibits here. No, I haven't done museum work, mate. I understand it. I understand museum work, because museum work falls under educational model making. Yeah, model making falls under various different types, but it's essentially an educational vignette, which in art terms, a vignette is a diorama. Yeah, but vignettes can exist for art. Yeah, and there's lots of examples. There's some really, what is it? Is it the 100 something of death, the 100 ways of death, or something like that, or the horrors of war? And the two brothers did some vignettes based on Ronald McDonald's and the scenes out of them. I can't remember exactly. But they were essentially art vignettes. But if you do something a bit like the trench pictures that have gone round of the really beautiful trench models that are illustrated, that's an educational vignette. Although I haven't done any, yeah, I can do them, mate. Yeah, I hear you. What I've been looking for is someone to paint up 3D prints of artifacts. Loads of people could probably do that. If you want to find me an email, you know, if I can work something out or point you in the right direction, mate, I will. Yeah, so if you want to find me an email over, you can. My email address is on screen, theterraintutor@gmail.com, and I'll see what I can do for you. If I can't do it, I mean, the one issue I have is all my commissions and all my projects have to make interesting viewing for YouTube as well, because the channel and teaching is my priority, not doing commissions. So if I take a commission, the commission's got to be interesting for YouTube, otherwise I won't do it. Right, coming up on 1:30, I need to get these memory cards. Thank you. Thank you. Pop the heater in there. Unplug those. Because I can't I can't go without these. Otherwise I get in trouble. Where's my wallet? Coat. I get in trouble if I forget my memory cards. That's Saturday's video, that is. It's a talkie. I thought I'd have a chat with you about design principles with terrain. And we'll see how we go with that. Done deal. This might be up your street. I'll fire an email over. Alright, Pikey, no worries. What are the cost of 3D printers at the minute? I think it's what you call it. I bet you did, Westy. Turns metal into cash. Yeah. I don't know what the cost of 3D printers are at the minute, mate, to be perfectly honest. I couldn't tell you how they turned out. Yeah, they're drying lovely. It's not the best finish in the world, to be perfectly honest. But it's certainly good enough for what we need for this. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Always look nicer terrain does with black edges, doesn't it? I don't know why, it just does. £80 upwards. Diorama and R on terrain techniques are different from gaming terrain. They don't need to be quite robust. Wait till Saturday's video, mate. 3K for a Form 2. I'll do recent sold models. The models I use for 400 quid. You can get a crack of that price. Anything around the 100 quid mark is not going to be great. Right, guys. Mel needs a wee. I've started bouncing. We are coming up on 25 past, so we are close enough. I'm going to wrap this up now because my wife is going to be waiting at home for me and I'm going to have a takeaway. Yeah, coming at 10, so I need to get home before then. Yeah. I think I've chosen a new scale. I'll catch you on the next one, Max. So I'm going to wrap this up because actually now I've decided I need a wee. I really do need a wee. Listen, thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for helping me with the camera and everything. It's massively appreciated. Fingers crossed I will have it for the next live show to show you. Yeah? Now, in the meantime, I'm going to call it now because I need to really belt one to the toilet before I wet myself. So, you've got a video coming out on Saturday. Keep your eyes out for that. And in the meantime, guys, look after yourself and crack on, yeah? Ta-ra.